Now the M3 half-track is quite nice, I do like it. It has that nice frosted green look. Fits perfectly into rocky and foresty areas. And with that being said, while it looks amazing and fits perfect onto snow maps, it has the same issue as the Axis half-track. And that is that it is barely getting used on any maps. Why? Well, because it counts to the vehicle limit, and because it's such an expensive thing, you could also get a tank for that. Now, if Team 17 would make those not count towards the vehicle limit, and make them only slightly more expensive than trucks, that's the one that makes it so expensive now. And let's be fair, we would see normally more half-tracks than tanks in a World War II setting, so, you know, would be cool. Speaking of cool and amazing, look at the Stuart. The Stuart rocks the winter look. Look at that heavy frosted green-gray on there. Now, it will be spotted on snow itself, no? Because, let's be fair, it will be. But I would say it will work very well in foresty areas and around medium snowfall overall. But what I can see with that texture is that satchels are gonna stand out a lot on this one. The satcheliers will really need to find good spots on this. And I do like a good Stuart. In competitive Hell Let Loose, you see one or two at the start of the game, charge the midpoint, sometimes with medium range engagement, sometimes right into the point and just shelling everything. It's also a great tank to shove away tiger tanks and make them look into the sky the whole time, which is always fun, you know? But yeah, overall, Stuart wins this definitely. Amazing winter camouflage. Now, a bit darker comes the medium Sherman. Nice dark screen camouflage there. Front has some areas that are a bit too dark for my taste. Like the left and the right, and the turret area, I don't know about those. Those feel like they're gonna stand out too much, even in blizzards. Maybe if they brighten it up a tiny bit more, it would fit more with stones and such things, you know? But at the moment, it's quite dark in comparison to other tanks, so it will stand out quite a bit. Now, the one that doesn't stand out that much is the 75 Sherman. Now, this one has, so far, the best winter armor, but it also kind of looks weird. And it might just be me, and I have to ask you out there, subscribers and people that watch this. Do you think this looks good? Can you tell me what you think about this one? Because, I mean, look at this. I don't know, it somehow feels off, like a yogurt version of a tank skin, you know? I do agree that it will be hard for Axis to spot this, because it fits right in with the white parts, and even the non-white parts are also very humble in coloring, not a lot of saturation there, but it looks a bit like a weird layer of yogurt or heavy cream was added into the coloring. It's a weird one, I don't know. I might call it the Yogurt-Sherman in future. Alright, let's go one step up. The Jumbo. Similar yogurtness, but darker, so it irritates me less, oddly enough. Again, same as the 75, great camouflage, fits really perfectly into the snow and the foresty areas. I can only assume it's gonna be a nightmare to spot this one in a blizzard. And the Jumbo overall, always nice to see it in Hell Let Loose comp. Means there's lots of debris coming up in a moment. And I hope you like the Jumbo, because we're staying on the whole, having great texture situation. With the truck, I mean, look at it. It has a nice green-gray camouflage. And I do wonder if they will ever do something else, like a third truck version, like an ammo truck. You know, something that basically drives to the front line and then infantry and tanks can gather ammo from it. And before you know, complain, I do understand that, yes, it counts with the vehicle limit, so people wouldn't spawn it in again. If we could just get rid of the vehicle limit for trucks, I feel like that we will see much more trucks, half-tracks, that kind of stuff. One day. Maybe one day. And we jump over to the Jeep. Jeep is the same as the truck, good frosted green camouflage. But as I mentioned already on the Axis video, Jeeps don't really serve any purpose at the moment. Now, if it, again, didn't count the vehicle limit, and if it had a 30 or a 50 cal on it on the back, then maybe, now if that had a 50 cal, oh, that would be sweet. That would work. Or maybe if it was able to move anti-tank guns. If it was able to move anti-tank guns, maybe then we would see, you know, a bit of a use here with the Jeep. But currently, you know, neither in comp nor in public servers we will really see a Jeep being of any benefit. Alright, back to something important, and this one is the Greyhound. Now, the Greyhound looks already nice on summer maps, and now we get the frosted meadow version. I like this camouflage. And I will also give them bonus points for the little red rings on the rims. And I will give them all some bonus points for making it look like an angry coke elephant. So overall, great job of the Greyhound, both in terms of camouflage and how it handles on Elsenborn Ridge. The terrain can be quite problematic, you know, craters, debris, rough pathing, and all of that makes recon vehicles really, really good on the map. With the Greyhound, I can already see lots of raids on garrisons, on the back lines, but also just transporting people on this one.